Is Rosaria worth your pulls on your Star Savior account? So let's talk about it. First things first, Rosaria is Cosmic Rarity and she is Chaos type, right? A Chaos type damage dealer. That's important because of why? First of all, it means that even though she is the rate up character, right? The pickup character on this banner, and so she's going to increase drop chance, it's still only 1%, unlike the 2% for like Yumina and Hilda in the last sort of like featured character banners that we just had. She's just going to be harder to pull. Cosmic Rarity characters are harder to get your hands on. Also, if you've already got Lacey on your account, then you've already got a Cosmic type damage dealer on your account. Not Cosmic, a Chaos type damage dealer on your account, right? So you've sort of got that element covered in terms of an out-and-out damage dealer. I'm absolutely certain that the Rosaria is going to do better damage than the Lacey and be a better out-and-out sort of like nuker damage dealer than the Lacey, but it's worth bearing in mind that there's a little bit of overlap here, just a little bit, and so I just think it is worth considering as all, right? If you're low on Stellar Gems and you're considering, you know, and you're very, very on the fence as to whether or not you can pull for this thing, it's something worth considering. That said, Rosaria does bring the much coveted defense down debuff on her ultimate skill, which is a enemy all targets skill as well, right? So it's a great powerful ultimate. She's got some great effects going on with her passive as well. Let's break down the kit in just a second and actually calculate, is she worth building, and how many copies of the Rosaria do you want to build to get the most out of her passive skill, right? Get that passive skill upgrade going. Before we get to that, if you are looking to create a Red Shadow Legends account, you might as well do it in style with over $200 worth of free stuff, man. We're talking a triple legendary champion stat, and all you're going to do is click on the beginner link that's below this video at the top of the description box and use that link to create your Raid account right now. You can also find a link to my Raid YouTube channel in the description box as well, which has all kinds of tips, guides, and tutorials on that channel. You can go ahead and subscribe over there, check that out, and it's going to get you off to a good start on your Raid account as well, with just all kinds of clean advice, man. But it all begins by clicking on the beginner link below this video at the top of the description box, man. Okay, so we're going to get to the passive last, because otherwise this is going to be confusing, right? Basically, her basic skill applies a 1 stack of Agitation. Agitation is just the Chaos buff that you get, right? Dealing increased damage to Order type enemies by 1% up to 5 stacks. Just basic stuff. The special skill is a single target nuke, right? A single target smack that basically deals more damage the more stacks of Inferno you've got. How do you get these very, very special and unique Inferno stacks? Well, from the ultimate skill. The ultimate skill is a attack all enemies type skill, right? It's a big AoE nuke that applies the defense down debuff, which is very, very powerful, by the way. And honestly, like one of the highlights of a kit, for me at least. Super powerful debuff to bring for just killing things faster, which is great. And it also grants stacks of Inferno based on each target hit by a crit, which is a big deal, right? This can also stack up to 3 times. Yeah, very, very good. That's a lot of Inferno stacks, so you use the ultimate, and then you follow up with the A2 smack, or aka the special skill smack, for a big single target nuke after the fact. You can also gain additional Inferno stacks as well from her passive. Basically, all you need to know about the passive, unlike the first part of her passive here, is that you get a chance to gain Inferno stacks from using her basic skill, which is called Ashen Inferno, right? So just her basic attack can give you some Inferno stacks. Not a bad kit already. The rest of her passive reads, prevent your own current HP from dropping below 40% and grants yourself 1 attack up buff for 1 turn after being attacked by an attack that would otherwise drop your health under 40%. This effect can only occur once per battle. You go into Berserker mode. Okay, you prevent your own death, or at least prevent yourself from dropping low, below 40% health, and you get that attack up buff and go into full Berserker mode. Is the long and short of it. What I will say is that even without any limit break effects at all, and without upgrading this passive from any limit break effects at all, her kit on its own is very, very strong, even if only just for the defense down debuff, bro. Like, I think that she's very, very, very bloody powerful as just a standalone without any limit break upgrades at all on that passive. And so if you just want to pull the 1 copy of Rosaria and then stop right there, you might be pretty happy to discover that pulling extra copies of Rosaria doesn't do that much for our overall power level, in my opinion. Now, I've not been able to playtest her extensively to sort of verify this, but if you go ahead and check out the detailed stats of her limit break, right? Her limit break, the one that we've just read, Tyrant of the North, right? You guys know what it does now. Collecting and using 1 copy of Rosaria literally does not change her passive skill at all, apart from adding 5% attack, as you can see right here at the top of the tooltip. It just increases your attack by 5%. The rest of the passive is exactly the same with one copy of Rosaria. This is important to note, right? Again, she's only a 1% pull chance from your tickets, right? And so you can expect to pull, on average, one Rosaria per 100 pulls or per 20,000 stellar gems, okay? That's going to give you an idea of how many stellar gems you might want to spend. 20,000 for 100 pulls, and you can expect to have, on average, one Rosaria pull from those 100 pulls. What about her Limit Break level 2 then? Well, the only thing that changes with level 2, okay, first of all, she gains just a little bit more attack, right, with 2 duplicates, this is. And her passive changes slightly. The self-attack up buff increases from 1 turn to 2 turns, as you can see right here. So you just get a little bit more duration on your attack up buff. This is pretty good. It's pretty good, right? Having an attack up buff that only lasts for 1 turn means that it's actually like... It's not even that likely that you're going to get like your ultimate skill off, or even just like your basic attack skill like your special attack skill during that attack up buff. It only lasts for 1 turn. Increasing the duration up to 2 turns makes it much more likely that you're going to be able to actually get like your ultimate or your special attack skill off while you are under that attack up buff. And I think that's pretty good. Like, this actually gives it like quite a lot of sort of extra value, right? But this is 2 dupes, right? This is 3 Rosaria pulls in total. The base Rosaria and then 2 dupes to get you up to this level, and then 3 limit breaks, so 3 additional copies and 3 duplicates of your Rosaria. Again, just increases the attack percentage buff up at the top of the tooltip and adds another extra turn onto the attack up buff, which to me starts to then go the other direction where it feels a little bit superfluous. And chances are on at least one of those 3 turns, you're going to be just using a basic attack. So like, is it making that big of a difference at that point? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like, okay, if you've got a limited amount of pulls with Rosaria, I'd say be happy with 1 pull. I'd say be happy with 1 copy. She's fine. She's totally fine to not have any duplicates if you're low on pulls and you're looking to economize and you just want to collect the Savior, or you want to go ahead and pull for the Savior and then pull for her Arcana as well, right? Because the Arcana, even though she is a cosmic rarity Savior, you can't have cosmic rarity Arcanas, right? So the Arcana pull rate is actually 2%, right? It's actually a pretty good pull rate. If you want to pull for Rosaria, you hit on the Rosaria fairly early on. Maybe you got like 26,000 stellar gems or something. You hit on the Rosaria fairly quickly. You might then just want to switch on over to pulling for the Arcana instead and just get 1 copy of the Arcana and sort of be happy with that. And that's like a great budget way to go about this, in my view, right? I wouldn't feel super pressured to go chasing her duplicates. Now, if you're a little bit sweatier inside of the game and you've spent some pennies, which I have on this account, and I've got a few more stellar gems lying around, for me, I'm probably going to be going on in and trying to pull to get 2 copies of the Rosaria, right? Trying to get her up to 2 stars of limit break is probably going to be my goal, because again, I'm spending on the account, like full disclosure, and so I'm just getting a little bit more access to resources as a result, obviously. And so it's not even that big of an upgrade though, the duplicates, to be honest. I think that you can be well happy with just 1 copy of Rose and then 1 Arcana and be happy with that. Now, another thing to consider as well is if you're kind of like in a middle ground where you're not quite able to make your mind up, do you just want to go all in and try and get duplicates of Rosaria? You've also got to take into account your featured observation records as well. If you pulled any gold tickets in your account in the past, then you might have like a couple hundred of these or maybe more. I'm sitting on 300 of these in total, and you can go ahead and exchange 200 of these for just 1 free copy of Rosaria as well. And so that's quite good also. And for me at least, I can put 100 pulls into trying to pull for Rosaria, and then I can just spend all of these observation records if I want. Then I'll have 400 in total, and I can just buy a couple copies of Rosaria this way and just guaranteed get the 2 LB. One thing you want to make sure that you do not do is, of course, spend your guaranteed observations on getting the Arcana instead of the Rosaria, only because, again, as we've already mentioned, you've got a 2% pull chance on the Arcana. You're much more likely to actually pull the Arcana pretty quickly than you are to pull the Rosaria, who is cosmic rarity and is only a 1% pull rate. So make sure that if you do have these featured observation records, you can get the guaranteed pull. Spend the guaranteed guaranteed pull on the Rosaria, not the Arcana. That should be obvious, but just in case anybody hasn't sort of like read the small print in the rates and stuff like that. For me, I'm going to go ahead and get my pulls done for this tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned on the channel for that. I just don't really have time to get to these today and dedicate like the full energy to really play testing the Savior and stuff and just playing a lot of the game today. I've got a whole lot of stuff going on, vet visits and stuff like that. Not happy business. Might as well show you guys, man. This is Numpkin. As you can see right here, she's the most happy, friendly, lovely, loving cat in the world. She's been very, very sick for the past couple of days. And so my wife and I are going to be taking her back and forth from the vet. She's currently at the vet right now on a drip, trying to get some fluids into her body, you know. She's a good girl, man. And I just don't really feel like pulling for the Savior just yet. Not until Numpkin is back home and safe and happy with us. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys understand if I give it a day. You know what I'm saying? Cat dad issues over here. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you did like. And of course, if you'd like to create a new Raid Shadow Legends account, get it done with over $200 worth of free stuff and a triple legendary champion stat. Use the beginner link that's down below this video at the top of the description box to create that account right now. Let me know if you guys are pulling for this Rosaria banner. I'd love to hear about it. How many pulls are you going for? How many duplicates are you going for? I'd love to hear about all of that down below, man. Like, stop by, and I'm going to catch all of you guys in the next one.